What's going on, all you lovely people? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michael Hora, and this is a lovely penguin. Welcome back, guys. Today we got another awesome set breakdown for a really great music video. It was BTS's "I Need You," but you already knew that from reading the title of this video. Otherwise, why would you click on the video, you sillies, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, before we jump into the breakdown, make sure that you're subbed to the channel because we want to keep growing. We want to keep able to we want to be able to keep reaching out to more and more people so they can see more of these videos and whatnot too, and then share that aggressive positivity with everybody, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's dive right in. Very beginning shot of this whole entire video. We got Suga. He's chilling in this little apartment building that he's got going on here, and this is actually one of the pieces that is actually on a set that they built this, and they put this in here as well. Pretty standard in terms of bedrooms. I mean, there's very little going on in here, but that's exactly what they're looking for. You know, it's supposed to look like a very cheap apartment that's kind of depressing, and it doesn't have much going on. The wallpaper's ripping off, you know, there's cracks. All that. They got the bright sign right outside, no curtains. Just really adds to the dingy, dark, sad area that Suga finds himself in, because it does definitely deal a lot with depression and stuff in this one. So yeah, it's pretty well done. I mean, for the most part, TV and table here, you're going to rent that kind of stuff. For the air conditioner thing that they have over here, that is something that you can possibly rent, but you can also build it relatively easily as well. You just kind of make two small flats where that has like that indented piece as well, and then instead of making it completely flat, you cut another hole inside there and you just put slats of wood going down at an angle so it looks like vents. So most likely it's something that they just rented or bought and put into place here, but you know, for the most part, it's relatively a simple build here, you know. Also, I mean, they literally put tube lights here, which isn't common in a apartment building. Maybe not, at least not in the US. I don't know about Korea, but that kind of lighting is not typically what would be there. That's something that the lighting team would bring and put into the video. So another little way that you can tell that this is a set rather than it being a actual location is that where it's based, it would be typically based inside of like some sort of a city where it'd be really crowded. There'd be a lot of stuff happening outside. And if you actually look really quickly outside the window here, besides the one neon light that's just outside of it, it's just dark. It's just darkness out there. So that means they're actually in a studio and they didn't actually put anything there. But this flies by really quick, so it's not something I would expect anyone to notice. I've only noticed it because I'm pausing and really, you know, really looking at each set and each shot. But also, this is a great shot too, of just like a different perspective of looking through the mirror. It gives you a different angle on the room, and kind of shows his real like defeat as he lays back into the bed, you know. Now this bathroom, I believe, is also on set. Harder to tell for sure, but it's kind of another situation where, I mean, for the most part, a lot of the things that are happening in this video are very much involved with mental health and depression and just being caught in a bad situation in life or whatever. So for J-Hope, it's pills. It's abusing medications and such. And this is him kind of looking at himself in the mirror before he opens it and takes out some pills, which for the most part, you just get sugar pills and you put them in a bottle, and that would be it. But yeah, the rest of the stuff is just regular things you'd rent at a prop house for a bathroom. Like that sink's probably not really secure or anything, so the fact that he's leaning on it, like, I'm sure there's a little bit of wobble. I know in I forgot which video it was, but there's the one with the bathroom where in the behind the scenes you actually see V sitting on the toilet, and he like kind of slants his weight over to the side, and then the whole thing tips over. He catches it. In fairness, he doesn't actually let the whole thing drop, but you can see it's clearly not attached to the ground, and I'm assuming it's probably the same deal with the sink here. So this is a really cool little shot that we see here. When you see J-Hope, he opens up the mirror, and then you get to see it from the backside where you're seeing over his shoulder rather than looking directly at him. It's a simple trick that you can do with the walls and such, where there's literally like a hole here, possibly even a door that can open and close so that the camera can go behind it and it can look through and look him straight in the face as he opens up the mirror. And then when they do the reverse shot, it closes the door and it just looks like there's just a back wall to the panel there. And I believe this is the last one. Oh, no, sorry. This is not the last one. I think this is a second to last set that's actually built on a set, on a studio, inside of a studio, excuse me. Again, it's another very simple bedroom. And the reason it is simple is just like I was saying before, it's all to do with mental illness. It's all to do with mental disorders and whatnot, and that feeling of loneliness and just like depression and isolation. So the less things that are around him, the more isolated you'd feel. And we get that feeling as the audience as we watch and we see how empty their life is, you know, even though it's just the things that are in his room. It just kind of outwardly expresses the emptiness inside. I will say there's not going to be much to say about some of the outdoor shots because they quite literally just have shots at locations, which is amazing. They got some really great locations. This is an apartment building and stuff, and for the most part, all that the art department would be doing is if there wasn't like enough things scattered around, they would bring extra stuff in order to put into the shot that would fit and make it look like it was already there. And they're also making sure that no labels are showing either. So like these bottles here, you can't see any logos on them or anything like that because that can get you in trouble. You can get sued by the company if they don't like that their stuff is in your video and whatnot. So that's realistically all that the art team is going to be doing for the outdoor shots. I will say too, it is really cool how they actually rented out the train yard for the shoot. Again, not really anything that the art department is going to have to do for this one. It's just a great shot. I think like every shot that they have in this train yard is sick. It just adds that bit of adventure and camaraderie that like we're not seeing when they're all isolated and stuff. So there's like that bit of hope as well. See, like our guys, they're all sitting together. They're chilling. You know what I'm saying? It's nice. They're all together and they're happy. Also, I had to get RM cheesing so hard in the middle here again. But I mean, this is just one of those kind of iconic shots where you get like really long depth in the shot of like the background buildings, the cities, as well as they're really distant and far away from all that madness of a city, and they're out here in the train yard, just the guys enjoying themselves and having a good time. And it's definitely a really big contrast to all the solo shots where they're sad and depressed and lonely, isolated, whatever you want to say. I don't have anything to say about this tunnel besides it's a cool tunnel. Again, art's not really going to do much about it. I don't know where this is. I don't know how they got into this tunnel. It's aesthetically cool and it fits with the video. Now, this was another interesting one. At first, when I was watching the video, I thought maybe by chance this could be a like isolated gas station that they actually went to. But as we continued a little bit further and further in the video, I realized that they actually had other set pieces where they're on a set. So this is also a set that they build. And then when we watched the behind the scenes video, you can actually see it's very clearly built into a studio where they filmed this. And again, this is another build that is just fantastic. I hope this is a set that they would use for other videos, whether it be music videos or television or movies or whatever, because it's a very classic looking gas station with pumps that are very clear that they are gas pumps. However, there's no logos or anything on them as well. And yeah, this would be a great location. So I don't know if BTS themselves actually built this up or their crew built it up, but it's a really cool set. Very, very cool. And then they drive the cars on here as well, which definitely adds into the realism of what it is. But yeah, I mean, this is an incredible build. It would definitely take a lot of time and a lot of hard work. And more often than not, when structures are built this big, this tall, especially with overhangs and stuff, they often will bring in a construction team that's different than the art team, just because they know how to build structures better than we would. So our team would be the ones that decorate it and make it look the way that it needs to, for the most part. But yeah, this typically wouldn't fall onto the carpenter. This would be a little bit too big. So another kind of little funny thing about the car here, probably something nobody even thought to think about, the fact that they're making it look like it was raining outside even though they're inside of a studio, and the car is wet. It's got beads of rain, of water on it. It's actually it's a lot more simple of a setup than you'd think. And essentially all you're doing is you're getting a Windex bottle, you're getting any sort of spray bottle that you just clear out of whatever chemicals were in there, and you just fill it with water. And then you just spritz the car. And the more you spritz it, the bigger the globs will be. And then, yeah, I mean, you get them to a certain point where they'll just stick to the car and roll down just like rain would, just like the water that accumulates up from a storm. And yeah, I just thought it was another little fun, interesting thing that you might like to know. I will say this too. This is another really awesome shot. It was so cool that they used a drone for it as well. But it's a beautiful bridge. I don't know what city they're in, but it's beautiful. It's a really cool location. And the one thing that I could think that the art team might do is there's a shot where he does fall down. He falls face first into the ground, and then they film him lying on the floor. Most likely the art team just was there to kind of sweep up the floor a little bit, kind of make it a little bit cleaner. They're not going to be able to make it perfectly clean, but just enough that it's like if there's any dirt or anything like that, it'll kind of get brushed away a little bit or swept away and make it a little less disgusting for him to have to put his face on the floor on a sidewalk in public. This is another really cool little location here as well. And interestingly enough, they left the Red Bull in on the shot. So I don't know if they got permission or not for that, or if it's just such a quick thing that they don't notice it or they let it slide by. But you can actually see too that the substance that comes out of the Red Bull is clear, which means they filled it up with water. It's not actually a Red Bull. Red Bull has a little bit of a darker, not like a really dark, but it's got more of like a orange, or yeah, I guess it would be kind of like an orangey look to it. But you can see that's pretty white / clear. Just saying. Then we got the bathtub scene. This is the other one that is also on a set here as well. This is a nice little bathroom. I'm pretty sure it's connected to the shot where J-Hope was in the bathroom. And it's the same tiling and all that stuff too, if you didn't notice. But it's funny that he is lighting a fire in the bathtub, so it's actually the safest place he could be lighting a fire. God forbid it burns his hand or something. He just drops it, falls into the water, and goes out, And then on top of it, too, it looks like they had a little bit of warm water in there for our guy, because what do we say? Make sure the water is warm for talent. That's a really long chant. But yeah, you always want to make sure the water's warm for the talent and stuff. They actually have water running through the faucet, and an easy way that you can actually do that is with just like a little mechanical pump, and then there's a bucket of water nearby, and you run the hose to the pump, and then the hose goes up and under the tub into the faucet area. So when you turn the faucet, it pumps the water in, and it makes it look real. So if this isn't a real bathroom, that would be how you do it. I'm pretty sure there's another bathroom on set though. So this shot with V coming in and hitting his dad with the bottle or whatever it is, I'm pretty sure this one is genuinely on location. I'm pretty sure it's inside of one of the apartments at the apartment complex that they were shooting outside of before. Just sheerly based on the grates on the windows and stuff, I think that would be actually inside of an apartment there. Could be wrong, but yeah, I think it is. And then the very last shot. Sorry, there's the video pieces for the next video to click on. they're in this like underground tunnel area that's really awesome. I don't know where it is, but it's a really cool little spot here. They definitely did bring in a lot of stuff like the fire pit, the couch, the cinder blocks. There's a piano over there, some car seats here. All that stuff they would have brought with them. There would be props you could either buy or rent. The car seats might have just come out of somebody's vehicle who works on set. And then, yeah, for the most part, everything else would be rented. So you see, this is actually a really awesome video. I loved it. I thought it was absolutely great. It's a stellar, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this set breakdown, because that's about to do it for me. So if you guys would be so kind, make sure you're subbed to the channel. Make sure you're checking out the links down below so we can continue to grow. Also check out that Patreon too if you want to financially help us grow. And then other than that, guys, have a fantastic week. I love you. Stay aggressively positive, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye!